Welcome to this fascinating documentary exploring the destinies of 10 incredible historical figures. Discover how these individuals, born with unique physical characteristics, defied prejudice to become global icons, transforming life's challenges into legends. Number 10. Miran Dajo, the absolute mastery of mind over matter. Miran Dajo, born Arnold Garrett Henskes, stands out as one of the most enigmatic performers of the 20th century, whose abilities sparked disbelief within the international medical community. Born in 1912 in the Netherlands, Dajo did not consider himself a mere fairground performer, but a spiritual intermediary whose mission was to prove the supremacy of the human spirit over pain and physical matter. His demonstrations were staggering. He allowed assistants to pierce his torso from side to side with foils without causing internal bleeding or visible suffering. In 1947, during experiments conducted under X-ray control in Zurich, doctors confirmed with amazement that the blades did indeed pass through his vital organs, such as the lungs and liver, without causing immediate fatal damage. This apparent invulnerability was not the result of a trick, but of extraordinary mental discipline and concentration. Although his career ended tragically in 1948 following an internal complication after ingesting a needle, an act he justified through spiritual guidance, Dajo remains a fascinating subject of study for science, illustrating the still unknown capacities of mental suggestion on human physiology. His legacy invites us to reconsider the limits of bodily resistance in the face of an iron will. This determination proves that the human spirit possesses unsuspected resources, capable of transcending the most intense physical pain imaginable. Number 9. Jo Martin Lorella, the art of exceptional anatomical perspective. Of German origin, Jo Martin Lorella became an essential figure of the golden age of the American circus, thanks to a physical peculiarity that defied all visual logic: cervical hypermobility, allowing him to rotate his head 180 degrees. Nicknamed the Owl Man, he transformed a condition of joint and tendon hypermobility into a structured artistic career within the prestigious Barnum and Bailey Circus upon his arrival in the United States in 1921. Lorella was much more than a curiosity. He was an accomplished comedian who integrated his cervical rotation into narrative skits, captivating massive audiences with his ability to interact with the public while his back was turned. His fame reached its peak in 1940 when he was the subject of a detailed report in Life magazine, illustrating the growing interest of serious media in atypical talents presented with dignity. Beyond the show, Jo Martin Lorella was recognized for his professionalism and rigor, maintaining a constant stage presence for more than 3 decades. He proved that a biological singularity, even the most unusual, could become a lever for financial independence and international recognition when managed with talent and perseverance. His career, which ended with his death in 1955, remains an example of how atypical artists found a platform for global visibility at a time when opportunities for different people were extremely limited. His exemplary professionalism allowed him to transform a simple biological trait into a true narrative spectacle, earning the world's admiration. Number 8. Prince Randian, the triumph of functional autonomy. Prince Randian, born in 1871 in British Guiana with tetra amelia syndrome, is one of the most brilliant proofs of human resilience in the face of extreme physical constraints. Lacking both upper and lower limbs, Randian developed, through an iron will, an autonomy and motor skill that left spectators speechless. Recruited by P.T. Barnum in 1889 for the Ringling Brothers circuses, he refused to be a mere passive figure. On stage, he performed tasks of incredible complexity, such as shaving, painting, or writing calligraphic letters using only his mouth. His most memorable performance consisted of rolling a cigarette and lighting it with surgical precision using only his lips and teeth, a feat requiring unparalleled neuronal and muscular coordination. His appearance in Todd Browning's 1932 cinematic masterpiece, Freaks, allowed the whole world to discover his quiet dignity and sharp intelligence. Randian was a polyglot who spoke several languages fluently, a devoted family man, and an artist respected by his peers. His journey emphasizes that technical and intellectual capacities are not limited by the shape of the body, and that a rich and fulfilled existence is possible even in conditions that deviate radically from the biological norm. He remains today a powerful symbol of the human being's capacity for adaptation, commanding admiration for his constant refusal to let himself be defined by his physical lack. His technical mastery demonstrates that the body is but a tool at the service of an iron will and intelligence. Number 7. Pip and Flip, the artistic expression of joie de vivre. The sisters, known by the pseudonyms Pip and Flip, marked the history of variety shows with their communicative energy and distinctive appearance. Affected by microcephaly, a congenital condition influencing cranial structure and cognitive development, they possessed unique facial features that fascinated audiences in the 1920s. Although their commercial promotion falsely linked them to the Yucatan Peninsula to add a touch of exotic mystery, a common marketing strategy at the time, they were originally from Georgia, USA. Their performance style was based on positive and playful interaction. They often appeared in identical outfits, dancing and laughing, which allowed them to create a strong emotional bond with their audience. Their participation in the film Freaks ensured the permanence of their image in cultural history. Pip and Flip's aesthetic influence is such that it has inspired many contemporary creators, notably for character design in the series American Horror Story. Their trajectory highlights a complex reality. While the shows of the time exploited their appearance, they also offered them a social structure, a salary, and a sense of belonging within the circus family. By transforming their medical condition into a radiant stage identity, Pip and Flip navigated a difficult society, leaving behind a legacy of joy and visual presence that continues to resonate in modern popular culture. Their journey illustrates how family solidarity can offer a protective rampart against the hasty judgments of an often cruel society. Number 6. Maurice Tillet, the power of a brilliant mind in a colossus's body. Maurice Tillet, born in 1903, is a figure whose destiny was radically transformed by acromegaly, an endocrine pathology causing abnormal bone growth after puberty. Before the disease manifested around the age of 20, Tillet was a young man whose beauty had earned him the nickname the Angel. Despite an impressive physical metamorphosis that rendered his features massive and his stature imposing, he never let his condition define his intellectual worth. Having emigrated to the United States, he became a professional wrestling legend under the name The French Angel, winning world titles in the 1940s thanks to Herculean strength allied with irreproachable technique. However, the most remarkable aspect of Tillet lay in his erudition. A polyglot mastering a dozen languages, he was passionate about classical poetry and philosophy. This duality between his giant's frame and his refined mind made him a deeply respected personality beyond the sporting world. His physical appearance is also cited as the primary inspiration for the character of Shrek, illustrating how an atypical image can become an icon of benevolence and quiet strength. Maurice Tillet embodies the social success of a man who managed to tame a heavy pathology to make it the foundation of an international legend, brilliantly proving that appearance can never be a faithful reflection of the depth and richness of a human soul. His remarkable erudition shows that brute force is nothing without the clarity of a cultivated mind and a noble soul. Number 5. Frances O'Connor, the elegance of kinetic precision. Frances O'Connor entered the annals of show business thanks to a phenomenal mastery of her lower limbs, which she used with a dexterity equal to that of the most agile hands. Born without arms, she devoted her childhood to developing exemplary motor coordination to compensate for her disability. Joining the Ringling Brothers Circus at the age of 15, she transformed her daily activities into a true artistic performance. On stage, she ate with cutlery, sewed delicate fabrics, wrote letters with a quill, or manipulated fragile objects with an ease that stunned the audience. Her stage presence was marked by a natural grace and sartorial elegance that contrasted with the miserablest clichés regarding disability, earning her the nickname the Armless Venus. Always accompanied by her mother, who managed her career with great professional rigor, Frances navigated the entertainment industry with exemplary dignity, considering herself not a medical curiosity, but a talented artist. Her journey is emblematic of a transition toward a more respectful staging of human singularities, where technical skill and discipline took precedence over simple voyeurism. She remains a source of inspiration for functional rehabilitation, and an example of an individual's capacity to push back the limits imposed by biology through perseverance and the art of adaptation. By taking ownership of her destiny with such dignity, she paved the way for better inclusion of different people. Number 4. Schlitzie, the charisma of a timeless icon. Schlitzie, born at the turn of the 20th century, remains one of the most emblematic and endearing figures in the history of global entertainment. Born with microcephaly, which limited his cognitive development, he nonetheless possessed an artistic intuition and natural charisma that lit up the stage. His performances, blending improvised dances and spontaneous interactions with the public, made him a star attraction for the largest traveling troupes. International recognition came in 1932 with his participation in the film Freaks, where his on-screen presence captured the hearts of viewers through his purity and evident kindness. Although the industry of the time used marketing terms that we condemn today, Schlitzie was surrounded by a community of peers who considered him a full member of their artistic family. For him, the circus represented a protective and empowering environment, offering him a place in society that the outside world, often cruel toward difference, denied him. His image, which has become iconic, continues to fascinate and influence the world of entertainment, symbolizing the perseverance of the human spirit and the ability to radiate through the simple force of character and pure emotion. His life reminds us that emotional intelligence and the capacity to give happiness are universal values that transcend conventional cognitive abilities. His eternal smile will remain engraved in history as a symbol of pure humanity, free from all forms of malice. Number 3. Harry Earls. Dramatic excellence and business acumen. Harry Earls, born Kurt Schneider in Germany, represented artistic excellence and professionalism within the community of people of small stature. After emigrating to the United States, he founded the troupe The Doll Family with his sisters, a group that redefined variety show standards through their versatility in singing, dancing, and comedy. Harry was not content with success on the circus boards. He early on seized the opportunities offered by the nascent film industry. His cinematic career is marked by memorable roles, notably in the classic The Wizard of Oz, where his performance as part of the Guard has remained engraved in memories. His acting, marked by great rigor and professional seriousness, contrasted with the caricatures often imposed on people of his stature at the time. In addition to his artistic talent, Harry was the central pillar of his family, managing their contracts, finances, and image with an iron fist and great strategic foresight. His legacy is that of a man who succeeded in imposing his dramatic talent and entrepreneurial spirit in a competitive world, proving that physical stature is in no way an obstacle to the scale of an international career or success in the performing arts. His exceptional success reminds us that ambition and artistic talent have no size, only horizons to conquer. Number 2. Daisy and Violet Hilton. Artistic symbiosis and the quest for freedom. Sisters Daisy and Violet Hilton lived one of the most publicized and eventful lives of the 20th century. Born in 1908 in England and joined at the hip, they were trained from a very young age in the performing arts, becoming global vaudeville stars. Their ability to synchronize their movements with perfect harmony during complex tap dance numbers or saxophone duets was the result of hard work and an unparalleled biological complicity. However, behind the glitter lay a dark reality. Financially exploited by their guardians during their youth, they had to lead a fierce struggle to obtain their independence. In adulthood, they filed a historic lawsuit that allowed them to regain their freedom and control of their fortune, thereby becoming pioneers of individual rights for atypical performers. Their participation in the film Freaks reinforced their status as cultural icons. Tragically taken by the flu in 1969, just a few days apart, they remained united until their last breath. Their story symbolizes the strength of an unbreakable bond transformed into a first-rate artistic and human alliance, teaching us that solidarity and perseverance are powerful weapons against adversity and exploitation. Their indestructible link served as the engine for their career, proving that unity is always strength in the face of adversity. Number 1. Joseph Merrick, the triumph of dignity and inner beauty. Joseph Merrick, passed down to posterity under the name The Elephant Man, offers the most poignant portrait of human dignity in the face of adversity. Suffering from extreme physical deformities caused by Proteus syndrome, Merrick was first exhibited in Victorian fairs before finding a saving refuge at London Hospital under the benevolent protection of Dr. Frederick Treves. Behind an appearance that frightened his contemporaries, Merrick was a man of infinite gentleness, endowed with vast culture and great finesse of spirit. He spent his days writing poetry, maintaining a regular correspondence, and building architectural models of impressive complexity. His story acted as a mirror for Victorian society, revealing its prejudices and contradictions between unhealthy curiosity and Christian charity. Merrick became a beloved figure of London high society, even receiving visits from members of the royal family, thus proving that true beauty and nobility reside in the soul and spirit. His legacy continues today to serve as a basis for profound reflection on empathy, medical ethics, and the intrinsic value of every human being. His life is an eternal reminder that physical appearance is but a shell, and that the greatness of a man is measured by the richness of his heart and his ability to remain dignified in the face of the most unjust trials. He teaches us that true beauty lies in the depth of the soul and resilience in the face of suffering. Number 11. The moment of the unforeseen. Emerging from the shadows of the fairs of yesteryear, these beings with singular features embody the enigma of the human body. The man with the oversized nose and these fused silhouettes were not mere curiosities, but mirrors of our own fascinations. Between suffering and ephemeral glory, they defied the norm. Their frozen images remind us that strangeness is a cruel poetry, a permanent challenge to the ordinary and to the judging gaze of the crowd. We hope that this journey through time has inspired you through the strength of these destinies. By celebrating their heritage, we honor human diversity and the will to transform every trial into a memorable and eternal legend.